Cloud crypto mining, specifically mining Bitcoin, as that is typically what you're going to be mining with a cloud mining service. Although Crypto at Cost recently added a different product that we'll be talking about here soon. I've been a customer of Crypto at Cost since June 2022. It is currently May 8th, 2023. Crypto at Cost cloud crypto mining service allows you to pay a one-time price for a virtual crypto miner and start mining Bitcoin in minutes. Actually, what ends up happening when you buy a Bitcoin miner today is it sits idle for 7 days. And if you bought the miner with a verified payment method, the Bitcoin that it starts mining after the 7th day is locked to your Crypto at Cost custodial wallet for 120 days, unless you want to reinvest that Bitcoin back into buying more Bitcoin virtual miners from Crypto at Cost, in which case it is entirely unrestricted. Crypto at Cost does have their own custodial wallet. They do allow you to do things like stake, and of course you can transfer out to an external wallet as well. The Bitcoin payout, and for that matter, all payouts for all the miners that they currently offer, is every 4 hours. They are currently offering Bitmain Antminer S19 mining packages to mine Bitcoin, and you can see the prices here. And one of the big things that separates Crypto at Cost from a lot of other cloud mining services is you're not renting hash rate for a week or 30 days or 60 days. You're actually just buying a sliver of a miner that you keep indefinitely. In fact, it says at the bottom left here, how long can I use it? This virtual miner is yours for life, and you can use it as long as you want. Now, I'm not so sure that you're going to get 40 or 50 years out of it, but it's going to be longer than 30 days. Also be aware that there is a 5% fee when you withdraw, which means when you transfer to an external wallet. However, there is an additional fee when mining profitability is low. And one of the problems with that is they don't quantify that. They don't tell you what those additional fees are. Now, I actually purchased a miner. Specifically, I purchased a F10 miner on April 29th, 2023. It was 20% off at the time. And so I traded $480 worth of Satoshis, which are pieces of Bitcoin, for the F10 miner. That F10 miner, since it was purchased on April 29th, 2023, it started mining on May 6th, 2023. So it's been mining for about 2 days. Here we see my 23 active miners. In fact, these are all of my miners. All of my miners are currently active. And you also see that it reads not secure at the top of the screen. And yes, that is accurate. They are currently having problems with their SSL certificate. They've been having problems for the last day or two. They do occasionally have problems with their website. I imagine that they will work this out fairly soon and resolve that problem. So we can see here that at the top of the list of my 23 miners is a bunch of Antminer T17s, as denoted way off on the far right here. And it also reads that they're mining CCT, which is not BTC, BTC being Bitcoin. So all the way down the list until it starts reading S19 XP, these are the current S19 mining packages that Crypto at Cost is currently offering. And so I have 4 miners that are actually mining Bitcoin, which is BTC. And you see my last 2 miners are currently locked because they still fall within the first 120 days of them being purchased and activated. Now, the interesting things with the Bitmain Antminer T17s is I started purchasing them in June 2023, and I was making probably between 5 and 7% ROI monthly initially, but Bitcoin, the value of Bitcoin just kept dropping, and it got to the point to where they reduced the hash rate on the T17s to a very small percentage, and then they just simply shut the T17s off. The T17s were not running for probably something like 6 months. On March 20th, 2023, there was a notice posted in the Crypto at Cost account stating that, stay tuned. We're exploring getting solar panels. We're exploring maybe a different location where the electricity is cheaper. We might be able to allow you to sell the miners. Just stay tuned, and then about a month later, on April 24th, they announced announced their crypto at cost CCT token, and the T17 miners can now be used to mine the CCT token, which is what my T17s are currently set to do. And we see here the CCT token, they talk about that a bit here, which you can just go to cryptoatcost.com and go to the top of the page and click on CCT token. And they are currently offering 400% API on CCT. And I don't know how long that offer is going to stand. And I do intend to take advantage of it soon with my first staking of CCT. You also see here that the notice prior to the CCT token notice mentions that the sale ends today. The 20% off sale ends today. So in actuality, I bought my last miner on April 29th and the 20% off sale was still running that day. I don't remember if the 20% off sale stopped on the 29th or the 30th or May 1st or what. But usually when they tell you that the sale ends today, it's not actually ending today. And judging from my experience in 2022, there will probably be another 20% off sale soon. If we take a look at my wallet, we'll see here that I currently have 1,195 CCT, which is the crypto at cost token. And you can't currently swap it for USDC or BTC or anything else. And you can see here that the feature is not yet enabled. You apparently can stake it at 400%, but that's all you can do with it. You can't use it to buy CCT miners. You can't use it to buy BTC miners. You can't transfer it out to an external wallet. You can't sell it. You can't exchange it for fiat. There's nothing else that you can do with it, but it's a brand new feature of crypto at cost that they just started offering April 24th, 2023. And today is May 8th, 2023. So keep that in mind as well. I had about $10 of Bitcoin in my wallet remaining after the miner purchase on April 29th, 2023. So a little over 3/4, a little over 75% of the Satoshis, the 163,098 Satoshis that are currently sitting there have been mined in the last 10 days since buying the miner. And those were mined with the miners that I already had because the miner I purchased sat idle from April 29th all the way through May 6th. Today is May 8th, so I've only gotten 2 days of mining out of the new miner. And to be a little more clear, at the bottom here, these S19s, this M1, that's a $60 miner. So for example, if we go to miners order, you'll see here the M19 miner is $60 normal price. So with that in mind, this F10 and this M5, these are multiples of 60. So the F10, that's a $600 miner. The M5 is a $300 miner. So what we have here is 600, 300, 300. So that's 1,200. And then another 600 for 1,800. And this M1 is $1,860 total of S19 Bitcoin miners. And that means that the amount of Satoshis that I generate over the next 10 days are going to be greater than the number of Satoshis that I've generated over the previous 10 days, because something like a third of my hash rate was just added 2 days ago. You can also purchase CCT miners to mine the CCT token, which is something that I might do. So these prices are the same prices that the T17s were, which means that the M1 is $40 and then the M2 is $80. So it's multiples of 40, right? So the 2 is 2 times 40 for 80, 5 is 5 times 40 for 200, 10 is 10 times 40 for 400, and so on. So when you get down to this 300, that's a $12,000 miner because 300 times 40 is 12,000. And so that you have some idea, it says that I'm generating over 3,000 CCT per month with my T17 miners currently. So like the CCT miners, the T17s were multiples of $40. So this M1A, that's a $40 miner. This X60, that's a $2,400 miner. This M5, $200 miner. M2, $80 miner, followed by 2 more $80 miners and 3-4 more $40 miners. And then that's followed by a number of $200 miners and $80 miners and so forth. So just right here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 M5s, 6 M5s. So right there, that's $1,200 plus that's X60, that's $3,600. And then there's an M5 right there, that's $3,800. Without actually adding up all the T17s, memory serves, there's something like $4,400 or $4,600 worth of T17 miners sitting here. And the S19 miners miners at the bottom is $1,860. I have not paid 100% asking price for a single miner. The most that I've paid is only 80%, or in other words, 20% off. I have had some miners at 30% off, 40% off, and 50% off, as well as 60% off. However, the sales above 20% are much more rare, but the 20% sales in 2022 were very common. So if you have any interest in checking out crypto at cost, just wait a week or two or a month for a sale to start. Also, notice that they do talk about that there is an affiliate program. However, there isn't actually an affiliate program at the moment, and the affiliate program hasn't actually been there for about 6 months. In fact, I'm going to ask about it probably later today or this week, because I'm curious when or if they're going to bring it back, because I would like to paste an affiliate link, because why not? It doesn't cost you anything if you click the link, and it earns me a little something if you do click the link and make a purchase. Now, something else that you should be aware of with this company, and that is support. Or more specifically, the lack of support. And not just support, but information. So the only information that you get is on their website and in your account. And you don't get a whole heck of a lot more information in your account. Like these notifications, this is 100% of the notifications that I have received from Crypto at Cost in my account between June 2022 and May 8th, 2023. There is no phone number to call. There is no email to send an email to, although they will send out email blasts, although the email blasts that they send out, I'm not a big fan of. I get huge numbers of emails as it is. I just don't have time to sift through all of the emails to find the stuff that I actually care about. Most of that stuff I just treat as junk. So when I want information, I ask support, or I look at the notifications, or I read their website, see if they've updated their website, that sort of thing. So the only support you have is this support chat. And this is not a live chat. They really only respond during business hours, and it takes usually between 1 and 3 hours for them to respond. And a lot of times the answers that you get are not that great. So for instance, I asked them at one point in reference to their FAQ, where they talk about how, this miner is yours for life and you can use it as long as you want, which is down here. So I asked them, what happens to my T17 miners when they are eventually decommissioned? Do I then have no miners and earn 0 BTC unless I buy more miners? So they don't even answer the question, right? They just say, well, we have S19s for sale now and T17s on big discount. The T17s will be profitable when BTC goes back up, but they don't even bother to say back up to what, like $50,000. So I follow that up saying, that does not answer my question. I have T17 miners now. Those clearly will not be around for the next 50 years. When the T17 miners are decommissioned, what exactly happens to my investment into T17 miners with your company? And then they just say, well, you will have them for as long as they are profitable. Well, no, because according to your website, this virtual miner is yours for life and you can use it as long as you want. But they also say if the price doesn't recover for an extended time, the miners will be power off. And then, the support tells me that I will have them for as long as they are profitable. So not awesome, to say the least, that they can't even be clear about what their own offering is. But I'm not surprised. This is crypto that we're talking about after all. And let's be real, even the banks can't figure out how to do their jobs properly, which is why they keep, investing money hand over fist. And then the second that too many of their customers want their money, the bank just goes under. That's happened to how many banks this year? I mean, sure, in theory, you could rationalize that there are laws and regulations governing the banks and there are things in place protecting our money, but I don't know. I'm not so sure the banks are as secure or as bulletproof as some people might think that they are. In any case, this is Crypto at Cost. If you are interested in checking it out, like with any crypto investing, don't invest more than you can afford to lose. This is not financial advice, but just a guy speaking his mind. However, don't invest more money than you can afford to lose. Even if you don't lose the money, if you put $5,000 into this today, it's going to be a while, like a year or more, most likely, before you get $5,000 back out of this and back into your bank account. So if you do check it out, just don't go crazy.